So if you had to guess, he'll come back next season and play?
I definitely will retire, yeah. That's out of the question. Felt great this year. I feel like I can still play efficient enough to be there for the team. And, so no, retirement is no question at all.
I love to make sure that I can get through a full season next year and play the best basketball in my career for 82 games next year and into the playoffs. So that's my number one priority. And now that the season's over, that's when I'll start talking to my agent and looking at other options. And I'm sure I'll be talking to Mark and Donnie a lot about my future here in Dallas. So the season obviously ended a lot shorter than we would have liked, but now I guess I'll take some time off and start talking and thinking about free agency.
Zaza, how would you summarize this year with this team with all the injuries and how you guys still got
I think it was a good year for us. Well, you never want to say good year when you eliminate, but considering what we went through and what we started and what people would expect us to do, I think we had a good year. We fight, we tried to win every single game. We had a good chemistry going on in the locker room, and we're a good friendship, good relationship. On the same page, and we fight until the last moment. So again, there is a losing where you're embarrassed, and the losing can be kind of hit your head up. So I think that's how I feel. That's how everybody feels in the locker room.
How do you assess your first season here in Dallas?
How do I assess it?
Yeah.
Well, we definitely were higher than the expectations that most people had for us. And I'm proud of the way this team fought all season long. I'm proud of the way that we battled all season long. There's a lot of adversity, and that comes with an NBA season. A lot of the season depends on luck and health. And we were bit by the health bug. But we continue to battle, continue to play hard, and put ourselves in a position to be in the playoffs and compete every night.
How frustrating is that for you, Chandler? The same knee 2 years in a row, right around playoff time.
It's devastating. Last year was something extremely difficult that I had to go through that I never really went through, and now this year I was finally starting to feel like myself again and playing great and winning some games, and then something different. But same injury, same type of injury, and it's just frustrating to not be able to play with these guys and to see us struggle and to see us lose like this in the first round. You can't help but think, what could I do, and if I was playing, how would I help, and things like that. And you just feel bad for the guys because it's bad timing for us to go through all the injuries that we went through this year. But at the same time, you got to be extremely happy and proud of them, the way they competed, the way they fought. They didn't give up at all. They didn't back down from anybody, and they made an interesting series for sure. But the most difficult part is for the second year in a row, not being able to play for my team when it counts.
Is it still a situation where you're going to rest for a month to kind of see, or?
No, I went and saw a specialist. I had another MRI and went and saw a specialist, and it's gotten worse. So I'm gonna have to have it repaired. I got to let my adductor heal first for about a month, and then repair the sports hernia.
I know all the injuries kind of put you guys behind the eight ball towards the end of the season, but how gratifying was it the way that you played personally this season?
Overall, I feel like I had a pretty good season. Didn't quite end up the way we wanted. Hopefully, we wish we were still playing right now, but we're not. But as an individual, I feel like I had a good season. Did what I needed to do. Prove a lot of things that I wanted to prove. But I'm not an individual guy. I'm a team guy. So I got to give thanks to my teammates for the belief they had in me. The coaching staff, just as an organization. Period. Just the confidence and the belief that they gave me this year.
Well, I understand you're a team guy, but you're also a businessman. Do you feel like you made yourself some money during the series?
Oh, man. What you think? I'm pretty sure I put myself in a good situation. I will say that. But, hopefully that situation is back here again next year. And so we can make that happen. I love Dallas. I love this city. I'm even thinking about, well, I am not even thinking about it. I'm actually going to buy a house here and move here, regardless of the situation. So, it'd be great to move into that new house and be able to sign back here. So, like I said, we see what happens.
What did it mean to you to play with a guy like Derek? Are you shocked that he was the oldest player in the league to lead his team in scoring this season?
It's pretty remarkable, what he does night in and night out. Especially if you guys were to see him walking into film sessions after games. There's no way that this dude can, we're relying on you right now. It's like, God, I don't know if we're gonna make it tonight. And then he comes out and he goes for 32 and 11. You're like, you couldn't walk this morning. So that's just a testament to him and the time that he puts into this game and himself and his body.
What's the number one decision heading into the summer for these arguments?
Well, Donnie's coming down here after me. You can talk to him more specifically about that. But I think as I mentioned last night, I don't think we can just assume that Dirk's going to be back. I think we've got to respect his career here, what it's been about. And we just can't go on the assumption that we can take this guy for granted. I don't. He's too great. He's too great a person. Been too great for too long. And I'm ready to recruit him.
Rick, I got good news. Dirk says he's not retiring, and the only way he's going to come back is if he wants to start 5 rookies next year.
Well, it's good to hear. Good to hear.
Greg, how would you assess the way the things went for the Mavericks this year, considering all the injuries that you guys have had?
Yeah, it was an up and down season, tough season. But team-wise, I think we fought till the end. We fought all year. We had our good moments, our bad moments. We stayed together, though. The important part, we stayed together as a team at all times. And, I think we left it all out there. So I think it was a great season.
How disappointing was it?
That's what I'm saying.
Chandler played a big part in recruiting you to Dallas last year. How much are you going to be talking to him to get him to re-sign?
I told him I'm not going to court him. He needs to come back. There ain't going to be no whining and dining. Just bring your ass back. I'm tough love. I ain't got time for that.
You had time to be one.
I didn't ask for that either. They could have met me in the gym. All right.
Well, in 18 years, I've never been prouder of a group. You look at the result isn't what we all wanted, but man, these guys gave it every ounce that they had. Guys playing injured, guys that had no business being out there, just giving every last drop. Just couldn't be proud of this group.
Is that kind of play with Dwight Howard again? Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think he can still dominate the game. I think he still can be a great player in this league, and I think he's going to leave Houston. So why not come here?
Does the summertime free agent recruiting game get old and continue to have to go after key guys year after year?
Well, it's an opportunity every year. It's an exciting time. It's disappointing when when you miss, but it's as much as I preach to our team about the importance of persistence. I think as a team in free agency, we've got to remain persistent. We've got too good a situation here. We got a great city, great ownership, a great locker room. A fair media.
Not great.
No, very fair. Very fair. Very fair.
Many interpretations there.
And no, that's a very, very positive statement. And so, I always view Dallas as a place where players would want to be. We acquired David Lee, 2 months ago. I don't remember the exact date, but when you acquire a player like that that's been a 2-time All-Star and been in some successful organizations, you know, you want him to have a great experience, and he did. You know, he did, and he helped us. He helped us get to the playoffs. We wouldn't have got to the playoffs without David Lee, and so, you know, and the word spreads. You know, veterans like him know other veterans, and the word gets out that, you know, Dallas is, you know, is a high-level organization, and that's, you know, we take great pride in that.
What did you like about the progress Justin made during the season?
He still talks too much. But he played well. You know, he started it.
Let's go, man. We got. What are you talking about?
All right, let's go, man.
You know 12 minutes. I got nothing to say about it.
Talk about your overall season.
Well, it was a rookie year for sure. I'm very appreciative of it. I'm appreciative of the ups and the downs. I can think back to a couple of specific moments, you know, of going through what everyone tried to warn me about, but you never really understand until you get in the situation. And I'm just very appreciative of how this organization handled my development. They were always honest with me. And I love that moving forward. Just knowing that there's a trust between the two, and you know, I'm just very excited to you know, say that I finished an entire NBA season, and also be able to say I went to the playoffs in my rookie season. I mean, that means a lot to me personally, growing up watching the playoffs on all the different networks, and, you know, watching the greats playing the playoffs the toughest time of the year, but also hearing the stories of guys who haven't been to the playoffs after 5, 6, 7, multiple years. That's a pretty cool accomplishment. So just trying to take the positive things right now and roll with them into the summer, so I can get that good vibe and get ready to start training for another big season next year.
Let's see what's going on in Europe, but you know, the FIBA and EuroLeague are fighting, so there's a bunch of nations. They're talking about getting banned, so if that's the case, we might actually get a host again for a pre-Olympic tournament. If that's the case, then I might have to unretire, unfortunately, at 38. But I think that's just something we have to wait. I think there's a decision made the next few weeks. If that's the case, if Germany gets that bid, then we can talk about me suiting up again. If not, then obviously it's a lot of traveling. You know, going home, spending time with my family. Bringing the kids home to Germany and traveling in Europe for a bunch of time. So kind of all depends on that decision. You know, we'll go from there. So, but other than that, I'll be here for a minute now and enjoy the weather a little bit.